Can anybody tell me why so many people in Big Brother USA are complete shitebags? Why are they allowing this woman to speak to them like that? It's absolutely pathetic. Big Brother USA Season 27, Episode 17. Ava is the current head of house. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Ava as HOH? What I will say is, I do kind of like her as a person, but see when they sat and talk to the camera and they're performative, it just comes across as fake as fuck, and I can't stand it. Like, I understand they're in a house and they're constantly surrounded by cameras, but when they're deliberately talking to the camera, talking to the audience, it really puts me off. So as we know, Ava put up Keanu, Vince and Zach, and Zach's like, Ava, you told me that we were good. Why did you change your mind? And she's like, oh, I did feel like that at the time. And honestly, I think that she was totally out of order for doing that. Although it doesn't really seem to be freaking out. Vince is crying to everybody, and Keanu is taking this in his stride. Obviously, he thought he was going to win the veto. So Morgan isn't too happy about the nominations because two of her allies are on the block. And then, for some reason, Mickey decides to tell Ava. Somebody in the comments in my last video says that they don't like Mickey because they think she's a bully. And I honestly didn't really see that side of her. But in this episode, when she went to tell Ava what Morgan was saying, and then Ava says that she might put her on the block, Mickey says, oh, that wasn't my intention. But what did she think was going to happen? It's coming across to me as if that was her intention, but she's making out as if it was a big misunderstanding, so that when people go back and watch it, she doesn't look like the bad one. Now, I could be totally wrong here, but her and Morgan are supposed to be friends, and obviously Morgan's seen her do certain things, and she's thinking, I don't really know if I can trust her right now. But obviously, Mickey going to Ava and telling her that she wasn't happy about her nominations was going to wind Ava up. And I, honest to God, think that she done it deliberately. Let me know what you think in the comments. Since Ava's become HOH, she's got this attitude like, oh, she wants to say that, she can say it from the block. And normally that would really annoy me, because you've normally got people who have been up for nomination, or their friends have been up and they've been crying, and it's this massive catastrophe. But then when they're HOH, it's a different story. But because Ava hasn't acted like that, then I kind of don't really mind her doing it as much. And actually, if anything, I think that she's just trying to be funny. It was time for the veto competition, and obviously Keanu went in there totally confident. He thought, I'm winning this. And that's the thing with Big Brother USA. The challenges, there's such a variety, you just never know who's going to win. So at first they had to take a puck and slide it along and try and get the highest score, and whoever got the lowest score was out. Once it was down to the last few, they would get a prize, and that was like the power of veto, money, a trip or whatever. So Will was out, and he had the golden power of veto. Obviously, he's not keeping that. I can't remember the exact order here and the exact prizes, so I'm just winging it at this point. But I believe Keanu was out next, and he got a punishment. He gave that to Will and took the golden power of veto. Obviously wasn't keeping it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Zach was out next, and he won a trip to London. Wow. Now, to me, a trip to London is one of the last things I would ever want. But I live in the UK. Literally, I could go to London anytime I wanted. But when you're American, that's like a big deal. So he was thinking strategically, and he's like, do you know what? I've already got this $10,000, and I don't want people to use that against me, and I feel like, you know, I should maybe give this to Will. So he gave that to Will. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. Now Will's feeling bad because he was happy for Zach to be up on the block, and now he's saying, Ava, oh, I kind of feel bad now because he gave me that trip. And Ava's saying, oh no, he's a good guy, like, I don't really want him to go home, he's not the target. So she's now thinking about pulling him off the block. It was a smart move, and I tell you, Zach, you don't really want to go to London, just go to Vegas instead. And again, I can't remember who was voted out in my order right, but in the end, Ava ended up with $5,000. Zach had a punishment, Will had the trip to London. Keanu had a punishment. So then it was down to Vince and Catherine was like, look, I've loved having Riley in the house. I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, but I need to show people that I'm here to play this game and I'm serious. So she ended up winning the golden power of veto, but before she claimed it, Vince was in her ear and he's like, take the 5,000. let me have the veto, let me take myself off the block. And you know what? If I was Catherine, I would have took that $5,000. But she's obviously there to prove that she's there to play the game. I'd have took the money. Let me know in the comments what you think. Morgan is thinking, oh shit, I might be going on the block here. I need to do some serious fucking damage control. Who does she go and speak to? Rachel. So she's chatting to Rachel and she's like, people in the house want the showmans out, blah blah blah. And then she mentions something about jury. And Rachel lost her shit. I don't know if Rachel has got borderline personality disorder or if she's just got a superiority complex, but she needs assessed. And I thought that Big Brother were supposed to assess people before they went on the show, but she is unstable. And it's not even just about being extra because I'm extra, but the way she talks to people like shit. Somebody needs to shut that bitch down. I don't know what it is about the public voting for nasty people. There's one person in particular in Big Brother UK who's a nasty, nasty, nasty person in a different way for Rachel, because she doesn't do it just to be extra. She's just naturally a horrible person. But the way Rachel snaps at people, talks to people, does all the actions and all that, like, I don't know how anybody can support this. And okay, she was upset because she thought that Morgan was saying, oh, I need you here till jury. And she's like, oh, you think that I'm going to be a number till jury? I'm not going into that jury house. So violent and aggressive, by the way. I don't know how Big Brother allowed her to speak. Like, how did they allow her to talk to her like that? That was pure aggression. And then Morgan was just like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'd have been like, hold on, Rachel. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to? And they're all fighting and it's fucking pathetic. Now, I am not a fighter, right? I do not go about fighting with people, but do not fucking speak to me like that. I swear to God. But then Morgan was in the diary room like, oh, who's she talking to? Oh, I shall sit and say that in the diary room, but she won't say it to her face. I swear to God. I swear to God, how can people support her? She's absolutely just a fucking horrible person. Once again, my videos ended up a rant about her. She's wasting my whole Big Brother experience. So she's like, oh, she thinks she's got to get ready to meet jury. Oh, I know what to do. So then she goes and tells Catherine that she's kind of gunning for her. Catherine and Ava are having a chat, kind of talking about putting Morgan up, but not actually saying the words. Like, just fucking say it. Oh, I know you're not doing this person, so I know that's only down to a couple of people. Just say, look, are you thinking about putting her up? Had they just had that conversation, then they could have got rid of Morgan. And it's not even as if I want Morgan to go, but I'm just saying, like, they could have just been honest and had an open conversation about it. So Catherine's won a veto now, that's that. She's like, oh, that's that, I'm a comp winner now. I can get rid of Morgan myself. Aye, alright. Calm down. She decides not to use the power of veto. I was very surprised by that. Let's very quickly talk about the punishments. Vince was dressed up as the hard-boiled detective. I love these costumes sometimes. Okay, it was very difficult for him to sit down and like move about and all that, but I just love the egg. Keanu is on the block. He is not giving one fuck. He's got a punishment and he's to dress up as a butler and he's got a big massive ass and they're waking him up at all times in the morning to make pigs in blankets and he's just taking it in his stride. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you want some pigs in blankets? Do you want some sauce? Not giving a fuck. I actually love Keanu. Zach and Rachel are stealing money for the BB bank and they keep getting splattered with paint and put to jail. Now, I must say, when he picked her for this punishment, she took it in her stride, she's having a laugh, she's going along with it, she's not freaking out. And I can see why people would like her like that. Like, she does seem like a good laugh and like she would be a good friend at times. But the way she snaps at people and the way she talks to people, that's what makes me think she's got borderline personality disorder. The way she snaps at people is really nasty and unnecessary. Let me know what you thought. Did you think that Catherine was going to use the veto? Do you think she should have used it? And who do you think is going to win the BB blockbuster? And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!